Malchut sh'bChesed, the last day of the week of Chesed, the completion of it, and the seal. 3 contemplations between man and Hashem. Yitin Adam elibo, bring to your heart, ki kedei sheyizkeh lechesed v'ahavat haborei yitbarach, in order to merit to have a love and kindness of Hashem and a connection of Hashem with love. Yesh lo lekabel al atzmo ol malchut shamayim. You have to take upon yourself the yoke of the kingship of heaven, meaning the Torah and all of the halachot, which is rooted in Malchut. Dainu sheyichaven b'chol ma'asav bichlal, meaning have intention in all of your actions as a whole. Ma'aseh sh'bChesed Sefirat, and in the actions of loving kindness that you do for others, more particularly. La'asot et kulam l'shem avodat Hashem, to do all of them for the intention of serving Hashem, which is rooted in Malchut. ונמצא משיג את אהבתו וחסדו של הבורא יתברך, you will be now acquiring the love and the Hesed of Hashem, which is rooted in Chesed, על ידי כוונתו לשם עבודת הבורא יתברך, by way of your doing an act in order to serve Hashem and not for your own desires. Second contemplation, כשזוכה לפעול חסד ואהבה עם חברו בכלל, when you merit to do an act of loving kindness and love for your friend in general, ve'im aniyim, and with the poor people more specifically. Try to unify your chesed that you're doing with the midah of Malchut Elyon, the supernal Malchut. Pay attention and meditate on the fact that when you're going to help a poor person or your friend in general, that all of the lacks that are in existence in the world, they are also showing us about a cheswan shefa v'chesed ma'ashchina kedusha, of a lack of shefa and chesed that is apparent in the world from the side of the Shechina itself, right? In the revelation of it, which is rooted in Malchut. The Shechina is Malchut, u'mitlabeshet hitorerut zo b'chesron tzarchei adam, and this is enclosed and aroused by way of a lack in the needs of man. So when you go to do a chesed of love, an act of loving kindness, and you have intention to include, to fill up, and to do a chesed in the Shechina, for the Shechina as well, so now you've come to the intention of everything. Now you're doing a chesed with the root that is in need of that chesed. You will now be rectifying and bringing down the midah of chesed, which is doing an act of loving kindness, by way of the midah of Malchut, which is rooted in there, the poor and the Shechina. Third contemplation between man and God. Oditen elibo, bring to your heart, in order for your love, which is chesed, to the Creator, in order for it to be rectified, proper, complete, yeshlo litpalel, you have to pray, you have to connect to Hashem, which is rooted in Malchut. For this, in order to have a proper love for Hashem, both ways, from you to Him and from Hashem to you, until you merit to help from up above, which is also rooted in Malchut, like the Zohar teaches. And the gates of love will be opened up for you, that are rooted in Malchut. You will now be getting the midah of chesed, which is love of Hashem and love to Hashem, by way of the midah of Malchut, which have the different ideas of tefillah, which is prayer, siyata dishmaya, help from up above, and the gates, which are also rooted in Malchut. Between man and man, when someone does a chesed to you, meaning they give you tzedakah, try to pray for that person, right? So they did a chesed for you, now you do Malchut in order to return back. You pray for them until you bring down a salvation for that person, which is, salvations are also, Yeshua is also rooted in Malchut. And in you will be completing the midah of chesed, which is the fact that you received a good thing, a favor from your friend, Al Yedei Midat Malchut, by way of the Midah of Malchut, which is the tefillah and the Yeshua, the prayer and the salvation. Second contemplation between one another. Ishtadel me'od lechabed, try to honor, which is rooted in Malchut. V'liten tzedakah, and to give tzedakah as well, which is also rooted there. Le'ohavei Hashem, to the lovers of Hashem, which is Chesed. V'chen yirbe lechabed l'sayah le'elu shedarkam lelamed zchut al hazulat, also try to help and to honor people that usually judge others favorably, usually see the good in others. You will be rectifying and achieving the midah of Chesed, which have the ideas of love and doing good for others and judging favorably, by way of Malchut, which is the honor and the tzedakah that you give to those people that usually have those traits. Third contemplation between humans. Iten libo, bring to your heart, כי כדי לקנות את מידת החסד שמושרש בה לקיימה ולעשותה, in order to really acquire the midah of chesed, of loving kindness, and that you'll be rooted in it and to exist with it and to do it all the time. יש לו להיזהר מאוד במצוות השמיטה. You have to be very, very careful with the mitzvah of shmita, of the resting of the land of Israel every 7 years. It's brought from the Sefirat Ha'Omer, it's brought from the Rambam, that by way of this, that you don't bring the produce of the land of Israel that you grow, and you leave it for the poor people, and you leave it for even for the animals. By way of that, the Rambam says, Gam ken yagia la'adam midat hanedivut. From doing that, you will also receive the midah of giving over, of volunteering, of helping. And by way of being careful and also cautioning others with this mitzvah of Shemitah, the holy land of Israel, every 7 years, in the produce of the land, and you have intention here in the name of Chesed, so that you will be a better person, a more giving person. You will in the end acquire the acquisition of Chesed. You will be rectifying Chesed and acquiring Chesed by way of the midah of Malchut, which has the mitzvah of Shemitah rooted in it. And the body part for Malchut sh'bChesed, shenoten tzedakah la'aniyim v'dalim, when you give tzedakah to the poor and the needy, letzorach bet haKnesset, or for the need of the bet Knesset, which is also rooted in Malchut. Ishtamesh biyad yamin, use your right arm, obviously, which is Chesed, like we've been learning. Nimtza mashlim et evara Chesed al yedei pulat Malchut. You will be rectifying the body part of Chesed, which is your right arm, by way of an act of Malchut, which is giving the needy some money or helping them, and also giving money to the Bet Knesset, which is also rooted in Malchut. In time, Ishtadel liten tzedakah, try to give tzedakah and to deal with Torah sh'ba'al peh, with the oral Torah, which is also rooted in Malchut, and to honor people that to honor people that are learning halacha, which is also rooted poskim in Malchut. Try to do that in the morning and during the day, which are both acts of time of Chesed. Second contemplation for time. Try to have as much kavanah as you can during your whole tefillah. Try to really focus and meditate properly during your tefillah. Places that are mentioned there, the kingship of Hashem and in the heaven, Malchut Beit David Bifrat, that is a whole of the kingship of Hashem, and specifically and on the kingship of David, of the house of David, and all of this in the prayer of Shacharit, which is rectified by Avraham Avinu, and he is the vehicle in the chariot for the midah of Chesed in the world. When you say the name Amonai, have extra intention in it, also specifically in Tfilat Shacharit, and the acquisition of the Torah for Malchut sh'bChesed is be'anava, with humility. Bezat Hashem Yitbarach, Chazak Baruch, for finishing 1 week of the Omer.